Assalamualaikum. Hi y'all. Welcome back. And terima kasih. Thank you so much for still using eTuisyen online for your education solution. Thank you so much kerana masih lagi bersama dengan eTuisyen online untuk belajar. So malam ni korang akan belajar English for Form 2 with me, Miss Anis. Okay, so macam cakap, macam Miss janji minggu lepas, okay, Miss nak buat line sikit untuk to start the class. Sebab selalunya kita asyik cakap pasal kena buat resolution lah semua tu. I think by now, if you already with me since the first class, dah naik muak dah to go through the step by step to ensure you have a smooth and fluent session with me. So, but the thing is, I'm gonna let the admin to do that. Tapi kalau tak but you know, kalau dah selalu lah. But if this is your first time, welcome and thank you so much for being here to join me to learn English with me, Miss Anis. Okay, so macam biasa, resolution naikkan, battery full charge semua, and another thing social media pun tolong follow and subscribe our channel juga kalau you have not subscribe our YouTube channel. Okay, alright, but I wanted to start today line sikit, which I promised last week, which is I want to start dengan word of the week. Now, the purpose, kenapa lah tiba-tiba Miss nak tukar style pula ni? Sebab macam fikir, how can I help my student to get better? So much better. Or macam tambah vocab korang. How can you add more knowledge, more list of words that you know that you can use to create such wonderful sentences? Okay, so let's do this. Let's start the day. Let's start the session with the word of the week, where I will share you a word. Sama ada bagi tahu dia noun ke, verb ke, apa ke semua tu. And then macam mana nak pronounce it and also spell it. And then apa makna dia in English. Sorry, I am not gonna write you. Probably I can give you what is the meaning of the word in Malay lah. At least I give you that lah, but not the explanation what does it mean in a proper sentence not in Malay. No. Okay, and then the example how to use this word in proper sentence. Okay, alright. So the word of the day is opinion. Okay, opinion. Okay, katanya macam So opinion. Okay, so opinion ni it's a noun. So kalau ni first time you nampak tulisan macam ni, macam dia punya bentuk macam ni, this is what you will find in your dictionary. Kamus. Okay, so actually to get better in vocab, kamus, dictionary is your best friend. Okay, so opinion. Dalam ni, this is a noun. Okay, kita dah belajar dulu kan noun tak apa, right? Now, also in dictionary, saya pada nampak macam simbol N ni, what you also see is also V. V is verb, and then ADV, ADV is adverb, and then another one that you would see also is adjective. Okay, ADJ. Alright, but for this one, it's opinion and it's a noun. Now, kalau tengok kat sini ada tulisan lain macam, Miss, kenapa pula tiba-tiba dah belajar selain BI pula ni? No. So what you see here, this is how you pronounce the word, okay? So ini bukan yang dalam bahasa lain ke apa, but it's how they write it, how it can be pronounced by your mouth, where your tongue is. Kalau korang belajar bahasa Arab kan ada macam huruf yang letak dekat lidahnya lain, dekat tekaknya lain, right? In English also serve the same purpose. Instead of lukis dekat lidah tu, ditulis macam ni lah. Okay, so if you have your English to English dictionary, you will see this. If I'm not mistaken, dalam kamus Dwi Bahasa from Malay to English ataupun English to Malay, I don't think so. I got this kind of thing. But if you have it, the English to English, you will show you how to pronounce it. Now, why does it matter? Kenapa nak kena tahu macam mana nak pronounce the word? Now, in PT3, not only you need to know how to write, not only you need to know to read and answer questions from the comprehension, macam baca teks dan jawab soalan, what you need to know also is bercakap. You also need to say it, to speak in English. So if you know how to pronounce the word right, then you'll get it right. And then once you know how to pronounce it, you know macam mana bunyinya perkataan ni kan. So if you listen to it, if you had to listen to an audio text, confirm you can answer the question, you can understand, or you can even spell it. Okay, so how you pronounce it? It's opinion. Okay, alright. So opinion. So instead of opinion, right? Sebab kan nampak tulisan macam ni, so dia opinion. Macam onion, alright? Lebih kurang sebutan dia. And this sebutan, this pronunciation is based on the British accent. Now, if you go to different country, you will get different accent. Okay, nampak tak? Ni saja tiba-tiba tukar macam mana, apa bahasa tak tahulah. Apa accent tak tahu. Alright. Now, if you go to Spain, it will be different. If you go to India, also different. If you go to Australia, they will have a different accent, different way how to pronounce it. Now, for us, Malaysia, okay, kita belajar macam mana British use it, because our English test, right, is based on the CEFR, which is the Cambridge English. Okay, alright. Now, what does it mean by opinion? Apakah benda panjang lebar cerita ni tapi tak tahu benda opinion ni apa? Dalam bahasa Melayu adalah pendapat. Okay, so it's actually pendapat ataupun idea, fikiran, pemandangan apa? Pemandangan, view, pandangan. Okay, so thoughts, anything that you think about. So that would be opinion. So you can see here, this is the meaning. So in the English punya dictionary, ni maksudnya your ideas or beliefs, apa yang you percaya, okay, about a particular, yikes, I forgot to add the, about a particular subject. Okay, so what do you like, and what is your opinion about Genshin Impact, the game, mobile game tu kan, apa opinion you, best ke tak best? I'm asking your opinion, apa pandangan you? Okay, so this is how you can use this word. Another one is judgment or advice from a professional person about something. Say for example, that you want to know how to be healthy, right? If you want to be healthy, you nak ada, contoh siapa yang bina badan nak jadi muscle, okay? Ataupun siapa yang nak lari lagi benar macam, yikes, what's that guy name? Usain Bolt, alright? Macam mana nak to be professional, to be expert on a certain something? So you need to learn or ask an opinion or tips or advice from someone that is professional ataupun specialist. Okay, so usually kalau kita nak tahu pasal nak jadi healthy ni, kita akan tanya nutritionist ataupun doctor, right? When we go to them and ask the question, we ask them like how to be healthy, you are asking their opinion on how to be healthy. Okay, so that's how you use this word. Now let me try to give you one sentence, macam mana nak guna perkataan ni. Then we're gonna start the day with grammar on the future tense. Okay, let me give you one example macam mana nak tulis guna opinion. Okay, contohnya usually lah, opinion, in my opinion, I think you can score A+ in English if you do the work. Okay, so another way lah for you to use. Then this one, they took the painting to get an expert opinion. Now, apa makna ayat ni? They took the painting to get an expert opinion. Now, if you go to alam lukisan, okay, alam lukisan, yalah, alam seni, alright, orang-orang yang melukis semua tu kan, FYI, lukisan yang sangat halus, yang sangat cantik di mata orang ataupun artistik lah senang cakap, right? It can cost you thousands of ringgit mah. So you can make money kalau you pandai melukis, silakan. Go to what's it called? Alam, what do you call? Area. Kalau you macam tiba-tiba macam wah minat lah nak lukis kan, saya kena belajar bahasa Inggeris dan Vietnamese. You can also try to sharpen your way. What skill is that lah? Lukis. Okay, your melukis punya skill. Lukis apa kan? drawing skill. Okay, alright. So here, they took the painting to get an expert opinion. So sebabkan painting ni mahal, and then diorang macam nak tahu mahal ke tak mahal. So you have to take it to someone who knows about painting to put the price lah. Especially bila nak jual ni, kena tanya orang yang expert, yang faham, yang memang betul-betul tahu. Okay, so what they did was they took the painting to get an expert opinion. So dia nak tahu pandangan orang yang expert. So this is what this sentence means. Okay, alright. So that's about it on the word of week. If you feel that this is helpful, do put it in the live chat ataupun let me know in the eTuisyen.my. If this is really helpful for you to gain more vocab, I shall continue. Kalau tak, bye-bye lah. Okay, tak naklah buat benda yang macam it doesn't benefit you. So if it does benefit you, you learn something new, do tell me because I cannot read your mind. Okay, alright. So that's for the week. Now next week I'll share a new new word. Now let's get to it, to what we need to learn today, which is grammar future tense. Now grammar future tense is to answer the question, what's gonna happen tomorrow? What's gonna happen later? What's gonna happen in 10,000 years? So something that has not happened. Okay? So tapi you dah schedule. You know it's gonna happen sometime in the future, but how do you explain it? Macam mana nak tulis dalam sentences? So there's 3 situations. But there are 4. Tapi for your level right now, we're gonna learn 3. Now, the first one, macam past tense, macam present tense, in future tense, there's also simple future tense. Okay? Now, simple future tense. What do you use it for? Oh yeah, I forgot. Now, I think, if I'm mistaken, in the description, that is a handout for you to download that has a note for you to use. Okay? Alright. So, simple future ni, there is an action ataupun janji yang korang juga janji dengan kawan, nak jumpa in the future. Okay? I'm like, say for example lah, see you again. Something like that, right? So, that's actually macam janji ataupun actually that's like some sort of simple future actually. So something that you predicted or your schedule or you promised to happen in the future. Okay, so this is where you would use simple future. Okay, any action ni maksudnya verb lah ya. Any action verb ataupun activity, okay, that is promise to take place in the future. So dia kena promise, dia kena schedule. Okay, kalau macam cakap-cakap kosong je itu bukanlah. Alright. So simple future. Now macam simple past dengan macam simple present ada formula. Okay, dalam tenses ni, sorry tak boleh lari, kena belajar pasal formula. How can you properly write it in your sentence? Okay. Simple future, simple past, simple present, you are the subject and then your verb tukar. Terbalik untuk simple future, you kena tambah perkataan. So ada subject, so tak kisahlah we ke he, she, semua ni, subject tambah dengan shall or will. Okay, so the word shall ataupun will ni. So you kena tambah bukan dua lah, salah satu. Because that's why I put or. Okay, either shall or either will. Okay, so this word and then your verb. Your verb is in root form ataupun base form, depending on how you say it lah. Yang pasti tak tukar apa-apa lah. Okay, original word, tak payah nak tukar apa-apa. Okay, so this is why it's simple in this case. Because what you need to do is only tambah shall ataupun will dalam ayat. Okay, let me give you an example as you can see in the handout tu. We shall move to another city. Now here we, where should I stand here? We shall move to another city. So maksudnya kita akan pindah ke bandar lain. Okay, akan pindah. Tapi it's not really at a specific time atau by certain time. So that's why you would use simple future, because you know you're gonna move. It's just that you have not defined when yet. Okay, you know, you promise I am gonna move, but tak tahu bila. So that's why you use simple future. Alright, we shall move to the city. So look at here. So this is your subject. Okay, this is your subject. And then nampak tak ditambah shall. Now move. So tak perlu tukar. So you take the root form of it, the base word for move, and then your cerita. Okay, so we shall move to another city. Now let me give you another one. Oh yeah, before I move to another one. Now see, look at here. Subject ni plural. For future tense, it doesn't matter for singular or plural. Okay, so tak perlu nak fikir banyak sangat lah pasal singular atau plural when you use future tense. But for present tense and past tense, you have to be particular to which ones that is you that you have to be particular on the subject that you use. Is it plural or singular? But for future, tak usah fikir pasal singular atau plural. Okay? Sebab dia satu je option dia, bukan satu option, dua option, tapi dia tak kisah sama ada singular ataupun plural. Okay? Shall ataupun plural. Now, another one. Second one. Okay, so yang ni tak ada sebenarnya dalam contoh ayat you. That's why I took a big time here, because I feel like alah, jom try lah buat ayat baru, bagi tambah sikit korang punya vocab tu ataupun contoh lain nak tulis. Alright, here, he will send me a cupcake box tomorrow. Okay, so dia akan hantar saya satu box cupcake. Cupcake apa nama sebenarnya? Wow, that's a good one. I tak tahu sebenarnya cupcake nama sebenarnya apa. Yang Rosie. Okay, so kotak cupcake esok. Okay, so here your subject is singular. Okay, tapi it doesn't matter. So you use will, and then nampak send ni. Nampak tak perkataan send ni? You don't need to alter it. Tak payah alter is tukar ya. You don't need to change it. Alright, so you just take the root word of the verb. Okay, root form. Okay, so this is the verb. Okay, now before I move to the next one, which is when you have a certain activity to happen at a particular time, then you use the second one. Now, selain daripada simple future, there's another way for you to describe something that's going to happen in the future, which is you learned last week, present continuous tense. Okay, so say for example, I am planning to have my party next month. Nampak tak dekat situ? It doesn't use shall ataupun will, but it was using verb to be, which is am just now, I am, and then my verb is planning, and then my party next week. Okay, so you can use another form, which is the present continuous. Okay, you can use present continuous to describe something that's going to happen in the future. Alright, so here, tak kisahlah am or is or are, well, depending on your subject though, sorry. Depending on your subject, tambah, and then your verb kena dalam bentuk ing. Okay, this is what you learned last week. Okay, so technically, simple future, okay, anything that's going to happen in the future, but it's not specific or like certain timing, you use simple future or you would use present continuous. Let me give you one just now that I was saying earlier. I am planning my birthday party next month. FYI, ini contoh saya punya birthday dah lepas. Saya dah ada birthday party saya. Okay, saya dah tua. Never mind. Okay, now simple future. That's the first one. Now the second one, future continuous. Okay, so future continuous ni you pakai bila ada certain activity or action or macam janji dengan kawan at a certain at a specific time. Okay, memang spesifik pukul berapa, minit ke berapa, macam you know it has to happen at that time. Tak ada toleration. Tak ada tolerate, tak ada nak reschedule. Okay, itu when you use future continuous. Okay, so any action is promised to happen at a specific time. Okay, so macam simple future, okay, macam simple future continuous pun ada formula. It's a bit complicated, okay? So, careful kalau tak faham, tanya So, untuk future continuous, dia punya formula dia, you start with subject and then you tambah dengan perkataan shall or will and then you tambah be. Okay, tambah be. Alright, okay? And then your verb. Your verb will be in ing. Okay, so actually anytime you use continuous tense, confirm kena tambah ing lah. Okay, so untuk bagi tolong korang nak ingat. Alright, now subject, shall, will, plus be, verb, and then ing. Now let me give you certain example. Alright, so it's example dia. Shall be sleeping at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, look at this example. I shall be sleeping at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, so saya masih lagi akan tidur pukul 7 pagi esok. So kantor tak bangun subuh. Okay, alright. So okay, itu untuk siapa-siapa yang solat ya. I mean Muslim. Alright. So here, look at this example here. So your subject is I, and then you put here shall and be, and your verb sepatutnya sleep kan untuk root word ataupun base word dia, but here you add ing sebab at certain time, nampak tak? At specific time. Okay, certain dengan specific lain ya makna dia. Okay, specific pukul 7 pagi. Okay, pukul esok. Okay, certain dengan specific sama sebenarnya makna dia. Memang tidak baik. Okay, so I shall be sleeping at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Pukul 7 esok masih lagi tidur. Okay, so this is why you would use continuous. When you want to say something that's gonna happen at a specific time, a particular time, you use this sentence. Okay, alright. Now let me give you another one. She will be whoops. Okay, so here, she will be watching TV when I come home. So, particular. Bila I balik, dia masih lagi akan tengok TV. She bukan masih, she will watch TV. Dia akan tengok TV masa I balik. So, masa I balik, bila I balik. So, it's specific. Okay, so that's why you would use this sentence. So look at here. So this is your subject, and then you use will be. Nampak kat sini? Will tambah be. Your verb akan tambah ing. Root word dia watch. Okay? Alright. So, this you use when you have an activity that you want to explain that's going to happen in the future on a specific time. Kalau certain timing, macam tak adalah spesifik mana, tapi you know it's going to happen by a certain time, by ada due date, tapi tak sure whether by due date akan jadi atau dia akan jadi sebelum ataupun selepas ke apa, but you have a certain timing, then you will use this third one. Okay, so the third one, future perfect. Okay. Okay, so this is the third one. Okay, so go over. Okay, all right. So this is the third one. So any action that is scheduled to happen in the future, tapi by a certain time. It's not specific. You tak boleh nak bagi tahu dia pukul berapa. Memang tak tahu, tapi you tahulah. Nanti jadilah. Cuma tak tahu. Aku tak, kau tanya aku pukul berapa, aku tak tahu, tapi aku tahu dia akan jadi. That kind of reaction. Okay, so any action is scheduled to happen in a certain time. Okay? Alright, so, oh sorry, I forgot. Certain time, it has to be in the future. My bad. Kena future, baru pakai future. Kalau tak, itu dah jadi. It can be what's it called? Present tense or past tense. Okay? Alright. Wait. Certain time in the past, that will be past perfect. Certain time, that will be present. Certain time in the future, future perfect. Okay. Now, dia ada formula juga. Okay? Okay. So dia formula juga. Formula dia subject. Tak salah, he, she, or will, or dog, or like anyone that can do the action. Okay, so that's your subject. Tambah shall or will. Nah, kalau perasan simple future, future continuous, future perfect. Shall dengan will is the key word. When you want to say something, you want, like, if there's something that's going to happen in the future, you can use these two words to be your in your sentences. Sorry, yeah. Okay. So subject plus shall, will, and then tambah have. Okay, tambah have, and then your verb would be in past participle. Now, if this is not your first class with me, if you joined me last week, Miss ada share satu table for you to use untuk tulis ataupun tukar the root word or the base word into several forms, into a different version. Okay, sebab kenapa Miss nak bagi korang buat that kind of exercise untuk tukar verb tu jadi dalam bentuk past tense dia, past participle, because it will help you to identify bila nampak perkataan have, usually bila nampak have, then the verb afterwards will be in past participle. Certain words, past participle dia is not the same as the one when it is in the simple past punya form. Okay, simple past just tambah ed ataupun tambah d. But kalau dalam past participle mungkin akan tukar, mungkin tidak. But how do you know? That's where you will need to look it up under dictionary ataupun if you Google pun boleh jugalah. But dictionary can help you a lot here. Okay, so that's why that table, the one that I shared you last week, please do use it. I'm not going to give you a timeline untuk siapkan video. It's not really a homework, but it's more for you to use it continuously because it can help you. Please do use it, okay? If you're not clear, tak faham lah Miss macam nak pakai, you know where to reach me on the eTuisyen.my and the Ask Tutor. Okay, so subject shall will have verb plus participle. Let me give you an example of the sentences untuk macam mana nak tulis. Alright, so future perfect. I shall have completed my assignment by next week. Okay. I shall have completed my assignment by next week. So it's a bit different lah daripada contoh tu by Monday. This one ni sajalah tukar by next week kan. So here it's not saying next week at a certain time at a particular time, tak ada. But I know next week I'm gonna complete my assignment. Okay, so I shall have completed my assignment by next week. Maksudnya, contohnya hari ni hari apa? Hari ni Selasa. By next Tuesday, sepatutnya my assignment dah siap. But I cannot tell you whether did I did it on Tuesday ke, or did I did it on Monday or over the weekend. So it's not a specific time, but I do know by next week it's gonna be completed. So by a certain time. By, okay, so here perkataan by ni, one of the ways for you to say on a certain time. It's not really specific, but it does tell you a certain period. Okay, so here I shall have, okay, and then your verb here, which is complete. Oh, miscover sorry. Complete. Okay, ni dia punya root word ataupun base form dia, complete. So here you just tambah ed. So this is the past participle untuk word complete. Alright? So that's why it's really I guess helpful for you to use that table that I shared last week. So if you're like this is your first class, go to the video last week and then find that a link from the description part for the video last week for you to download the table, the list of the words that I gave to pakai. Okay, alright. So here I shall have completed my assignment by next week. Okay, so this is the certain period lah. Okay, nampak tak? Certain time ni here. And this is by tu perkataan ni is the indication. Okay, let's do another one. Then we're gonna do a few examples. Alright? So one more. Let me give you one more example. Okay. Sorry kalau tak nampak, you can zoom in on my left side here. So, the number 2. By the time I left my room, she will have left the cafe. Now, ni lain sikit daripada yang korang dapat dalam contoh ni. Kalau korang perasan kan, there's a few sentences here, I tukar sikit. You want to write it up? Go and get your book and write it up. Okay, ni nota-nota untuk korang tulis ni. So, by the time I left my room. So, bila nak keluar daripada bilik, tapi tak tahulah pukul berapa kan, ni nak keluar bilik tu kan. But there's a certain time I'm gonna leave my room, right? By the time I left my room. Yeah, betul lah. No, I left. I leave. Yes, sorry. Because left maksudnya dia dah belah. Ni belum lagi. Dia baru je macam tak tahu bila, tapi bila nak keluar daripada bilik dia, she will have left the cafe. So by the time I nak keluar daripada bilik, okay, the friend or someone that I'm gonna meet at the cafe tu dia dah left sebab lambat. Okay, ni untuk mengajar korang-korang yang selalu lambat untuk appointment, tolong jangan lambat. Kalau siapa pergi dating, bye-bye lah, your dating memang belah lah. Alright, so here, ni lain sikit sebab usually what I did was I give you the subject at the beginning and then you tambah shall dengan will. This one, I gave your one dekat belakang, okay? I bagi your story first and then the subject and also the future perfect tense. Okay, so here, this is your subject, she. She and then will have. Alright, so will have. Now here, kalau perasan macam ni cakap tadi awal-awal, when you involve something in the future, plural dengan singular doesn't matter. Okay, it's always gonna take the root form or the it's always gonna take the root form, and usually the root form is the plural form of the verb. Okay, so here will have, because kalau itu apa? Kalau kita fikir pasal singular and plural, it's supposed to be has. But here, because it's in the future, you would use the root form of the word. So that's why it will have. But the verb that is describing the action yang the subject is doing, so you would use in past participle. So left. Okay, so left is the past participle of leave. So itu root word dia. Okay, right. So we're done with the notes of what simple future is. Let me see, what time is it? So what's the simple future is, what's the future continuous is, and also what future perfect is. Hopefully you guys understand. If you don't understand, please do ask the question in the live chat, or you can reach me under the box tutor. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna padam semua ni, and I'm gonna give you probably 3 questions. We're gonna go together, we're gonna go through it together, and you should be done by the day. And I will see you next week untuk belajar the next thing on grammar. Don't worry, you can rewind and replay this video. If say that tak sempat miss nak tulis, tunggulah. Tak apa, jangan risau. You boleh rewind video ni. Okay? Saya nak tulis contoh untuk latihan untuk korang. Do it with me. Takut tak cukup tempat, so that's why I padam semua. Sorry ya. Miss din macam ni. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 questions. That's one. Okay, sample apa? Alright, we have enough time. Alright, so the first one, the rehearsal blank finished by 5. Now, bila kita nampak perkataan 5 by ni kan, nampak tak? Macam Miss cakap tadi, bila nampak macam by 5. So here, in this context, in these sentences, maksudnya rehearsal. Rehearsal ni, yikes, how do I explain this? Macam practice, so if say that you main, oh sini sejuk ada aircon. Ni macam panas tau sebab ada lampu panas ni, orang plus ni ada aircon, so korang tak nampak kot. Okay, so sorry, iklan kejap. Rehearsal ni, so for example kalau korang in the band ni orang yang main gitar ke apa ke, ataupun yang perform or choir, apa lagi yang selalu ada practice ni lah, practice lah. It's another way to say practice is rehearsal. Okay, so rehearsal dia kata habis by 5. So maksudnya usually by 5 ni it's usually at 5 in the evening, but sometimes orang yang gila practice memang sampai 5 pagi pun tak habis lagi. Say for example if they have competition tomorrow ke apa kan. Oh boy, not tomorrow, probably in a few weeks ke apa. Alright, so here bila nampak by, so it's saying that we should use future perfect. Bila kita pakai future perfect, the subject yang kita nak cerita pasal bila dia akan habis ni untuk ni, bila habis, and then kita akan tambah will, and then have, and our, what's it called, our verb needs to be in past participle. Okay, so here will and then have. Here the finished word for the past participle dia adalah just tambah ed. Okay, so that's the past participle for finish. Okay, that's the first one. Second one, she blank bake a cake tomorrow. Esok dia akan bakar kek. Bakar apa? Bakar lah. Dia akan masak kek lah. Buat kek. Alright, so here future tapi tak specific timing, and also not gonna be happen on a certain time. You're telling it's gonna happen tomorrow. So here macam general and simple, so you use simple future tense. Simple future tense, you just need to tambah will ataupun shall, but in this case it's using will, and then your verb is in the root form. Okay, so she will bake. Tak payah tukar. Okay, tak payah tukar. Just keep this root word. Okay, alright, so that's the second one. The third one, he blank swim in the pool tomorrow. Now, kenapa ini kan sebenarnya boleh juga he will swim in the pool tomorrow. I wanted to share you another way to say, kan tadi kan Miss ada bagi example. Yang ni guna will and then the root word, ataupun the second way for you to describe something using future tense is also using present continuous, but macam mana? You will use it this way. So he is going to swim in the pool tomorrow. Okay, so this is another way that you can use present continuous to express future tense. Okay, or something's gonna happen tomorrow. Okay, ataupun kalau tak nak guna ini kan, you also can use he will swim in the pool tomorrow. Two ways for you to use that. So either one is right. Okay, last one. And then we're gonna be done for today. So we blank. Oh yeah, I give you the answer already. Sorry. Aku bagi kau discount. Nampak tak Miss penat? Alright, so here sweep the room at 5 p.m. in the evening. So very specific, pukul 5 petang. Okay, Dema akan pergi menyapu bilik dekat bilik tu. Alright, so because specific, you would use future continuous. When you use future continuous, you would add this will and then have. Not have. Be, sorry, lupa. Kalau have future perfect, will be sweeping. Okay? Your root word, okay, your base form of your verb, tambah ing. Alright? The room at 5 p.m. in the evening. Okay, so by now, you should know how to use simple future tense when you have a certain action that is promised to happen in the future, tapi tak spesifik sangat, macam in general that you can say that something is scheduled, and you want to say that's going to happen, you will use simple future. Certain time, very, very particular, specific time, pukul berapa, you know when it's going to happen, you will use future continuous. But something you have a due date, tapi tak kisah, but you know by that time akan siap, akan happen, but in the future, you will use future perfect tense. Okay? So that's what you learned from me. I thank you for staying with me until now. For as usual, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did just now, which is sharing the word of the week. If you think that is really helpful, do let me know. and I shall do it again. If not, I shall stop, because what's the point, right? Okay, so do let me know if it's helpful for you to gain more for your vocab. And for next week, if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna cover adjectives. How can you add the flavor to your sentences? That's what we're gonna cover next week. So see you when I see you. Bye. Adios, amigos.